Hey, Rebecca. So the first thing that I wanted to address is how you're using your meter. A lot of people did this for the assignment. They did the same thing you did, which isn't exactly correct. You're shooting in incident mode, which is great. However, they're just holding the meter right in front of them or pointing it at the camera or something. And what you want to actually do if you're shooting in incident mode, if you're metering in incident mode, this looks like a product shot for this meter, by the way. This is beautiful. What you wanted to do was actually get there, go, leave your camera on its tripod, or don't if you're afraid to, and take your meter and go over, stand right by your subject in the quality of light that is falling on the subject, and hold your meter facing back towards your camera's lens, or wherever it would be if you were comfortable leaving it there, and then take your meter reading that way. And in the case of this shot, when you have a couple different types of light, you have a little bit of cast shadow. You would have wanted to meter, direct sun, and then maybe cast shadow. There's not that much here, so I don't think it's an issue. So it sort of makes sense that you would have just metered one time each time, but you really needed, if you're in incident mode, you didn't say, but I think you're in incident mode, you would have needed to walk all the way over there to the camera, and then take the meter reading by facing the Lumisphere back towards your camera's lens, or wherever you would have your camera facing. And so you were saying here, you really had a hard time seeing your meter readings, or not your meter readings, sorry, your preview in your camera, because the light was so intense. And actually, we're seeing a lot of lens flare here. What you've got in this case is you've got light coming perfectly parallel across the face of your lens, and it's causing a lot of flare. This is a really foggy, fuzzy image because of that. So you definitely want to watch that. In your contact sheets also, I feel like you had much better. This is not an outstanding composition. This does not present this building in a way that's attractive or appealing. It's kind of crooked. There's this thing in the way, And so I was really surprised to see this as your final, because from that shoot, when you were shooting the shadow side of the building, you have many much nicer compositions, actually. Like, for instance, this one right here. Oops, sorry, I meant to circle it. This one right here, maybe that's better. This is better. Basically, any of those. I don't know why. I really don't know why you would have chosen that one. Maybe it's because you felt that this series over here was underexposed, and it would have been underexposed because you did not take your meter all the way up to your subject and hold your subject with the Lumisphere facing back towards your lens and take the meter reading there. You just took it right where you're standing, so that didn't work. The exposures that you have for the full sun are perfect. These are beautiful, and that worked out well. Even if you're in reflective mode, that would have worked out well, because that red brick is about medium gray. So if you just pointed even your camera's built-in reflective meter towards this, you would have gotten a pretty accurate meter reading. I hope that makes sense. And it's interesting. This is not your most attractive daytime shot either. You had some really strange final choices, because basically anything from this line is more attractive compositionally than this. Like on this, we see this stuff in the background. The beautiful church steeple is kind of chopped off. It's just not a very attractive composition. But most of these are. I don't know. If you're going to come back in here, talk about your final choices, because it almost seems like a mistake. Like you really, the wrong files got attached or something. I'm not sure. I just strongly disagree with both of your final choices right now. And I would love, Rebecca, for you to get back in here and tell us either why you chose these, or say, oh my God, that's not what I meant to put there, and then fix it. And let me know that you did, so I look at your second submission. Okay, thanks, Rebecca.